Morning gang, my name's Danfinity, and today we're going to guide you through the Encore Overture exotic mission to get the new special ammo auto rifle exotic, Choir of One. First things first, when you land, you're going to head to the right with a stopping point here. Feel free to either fight or avoid these enemies in the opening section as you make your climb. Once at the top, you'll be looking down and to your left to find a hole in the orb below you. Slide down and follow the path being shown. You'll notice in this section that as you make progress, you'll be looking for little red lights. Sometimes the signposting will be a flood of bright red light. This could prove difficult to see if you are colorblind. Once you're to the first set of lifts, take the right one to carry yourself up to the next platform. Continue and turn to the left in order to climb the spire up. Be careful, as false moves could get you booped off the spire or thrown down by a returning lift. Once at the top, look to the ledge on the right and progress down the path. Which will lead you to this chasm. Jump across to the outcropping. When you're here, it's easy to think that you'll progress down, but you'll need to actually jump up to where the first presented lift is going to. The next lift will carry you up, but watch your step, it moves quick. Once you've slid down the passage here, you'll find a purple light at the landing. Follow that down, and we're going to make a pit stop in this room on the left. This room stores the first of 3 hidden chest puzzle locations in this mission. As long as you've done the quest for the NES 007, which dropped alongside this mission, you should have access to these puzzles. You'll start the puzzle by accessing the Vex construct before you. If you look overhead, you'll see 5 boxes, 4 large and 1 smaller. The smaller box indicates which larger box to destroy and will change position after doing so. Once those 4 boxes above you are done, 4 more appear along the edge of the room. Same principle, shoot the box that has the little box underneath. Once you've collected the chest, move on to the first encounter by exiting from where you came in from and taking a left down the next corridor. Welcome to Puzzle 1. This section sees you juggling different buffs to build or remove floors and walls. Green connection modules correlate to the floors, and yellow partition modules control the walls. Plant these buffs in their corresponding bowl around the room and interact with the Vex constructs before you in order to knock out locks on the door across from you. Once you've activated all 3 pillars, we'll move back to the top with the green connection buff in order to activate the floor and unlock the door across from where you originally came in. If you've seen Indiana Jones, you're ready for the next part. After you enter through the doorway you just unlocked, head all the way to the end of the hallway. There you'll see another green buff, but once you take it, you'll be racing against a purge wall to get back to where you originally came in. Ads will spawn in, but just ignore or avoid them. There is a current bug here where any type of movement tech outside of quote-unquote bungee speed, as my friend Revenant puts it, will break this, so do so at your own risk. Now that you have 2 green buffs, your next move is to build the floor where you entered the puzzle, and then pick up the buff that created the floor to the locked door. You'll need that to progress to the next section. There are some light enemies to engage with here. Take your time. Plant the connection mode in the bowl after the broken orb on the right to build the bridge to the next traversal section. Follow the path as shown here.
Until now, each Vex collective was guided by one mind, acting in unison. Maya has turned a collective into a community.
It makes them unpredictable. Our tactics must change accordingly.
You're going to come to a room with lots of Vex spawning in.
This Vex
Kill everything in the room to have an independent variable Minotaur spawn in that will drop a yellow partition buff. Plant that in the bowl to continue onward. In this room, you can smash the piston to the left and collect materials. After all these have been collected, activate the Vex construct and head through the new portal for Hidden Chest Puzzle 2. For this puzzle, you'll head straight through the portal. This will lead into the room for Puzzle 1, but you'll notice another portal is open to the left. Head through the second portal, not the one with the yellow light above it, to travel back to where you originally landed in the mission. You'll notice a Vex conflux near the ledge. Once activated, tendrils of light will point to bronze plates around the entrance that need to be shot. There's no particular order you need to shoot these in, but you will notice a 1 minute and 30-second timer on the left-hand side of your screen. Once you shoot all 5 plates, open the chest and proceed through the portals back to the piston room.
Let me know immediately if she responds. I'm getting worried.
After you take the white light lift, this next puzzle section is pretty much like the first one. You're still juggling buffs, but this time introducing the blue access module that opens portals. You're going to kill all the Vex in this room and head to the corridor on the right to pick up the first access module. Plant that in the only available bowl and travel through portal 1 that just opened. Again, you're going to kill all the Vex in this room, especially the Hydra. Once the Hydra goes down, another blue access module appears. Plant that module in the corresponding bowl, and then pick up the green connection node and head through the newly opened portal 2. Plant the green connection node and jump back through. We'll now grab the blue access module from the bowl on the left in order to turn on portal 3 across the room. This portal brings us to where we first encountered the blue access module. Kill all the Vex in this room, pick up the access module from the bowl, and return through portal 3. Place the blue access module you just collected in the bowl next to portal 2. Vex will be spawning in, so deal with them how you want. Head to the bowl next to portal 3. Grab the access module there and jump through portal 2. Open the final portal and hop through in order to reach your first battle encounter for Encore. This fight sees you fighting a Subjugator, EEXONIOS, pledged to Yirix, and a Tormentor, IZIIRA, pledged to Yirix. You'll notice that they each have a health bar split into 3 sections. You'll essentially be hopping through portals, doing a third of damage to a boss, picking up a blue access module, and then repeat these steps back and forth for a few rooms. It won't be until you're working on the second bar of the Tormentor that the encounter becomes a darkness zone. So, if you fail at this point, you won't have to do the full fight over again. A couple tips for this room. Remember to use the verticality and the portals of these rooms to your advantage. I did a little ring around the rosy with the Tormentor anytime I had to fight him. After knocking the Tormentor's second bar off, you'll travel to the Vex Jungle Construct's main room to fight the Subjugator and the Tormentor at the same time. I would personally prioritize Tormentor here as it's most aggressive. Once both bosses are down, collect your loot and move through the portal that just opened. Once you're through the gate, look for this little hole up on the right hand side. It was kind of tough to find immediately, but continue down and defeat the Vex. In this section, the route is just around the corner here, where you'll find Ishtar buildings. Once again, slay out and take down the Hydra.
Ishtar buildings. Here. Are the Vex establishing facilities as reconstructions of Thunder Rush's memories?
Once you move from here, you'll find a location that looks strikingly like the location of Venus that you first encountered the Vex back in Destiny 1. Take out the Hydra here and the rest of the adds will despawn. Finally, travel through the portal to the Ishtar research facility. Once inside the research facility, head to the left and you'll notice an Exo Vex frame on the floor. You will have to activate this in order to progress the story, but if you haven't done the mission before, it will also give you the NES 007 quest, which activates the 3 hidden chest puzzles. If you've already picked up the NES 007 quest and finished it out, the Vex construct to activate the 3rd and final hidden chest puzzle will be in this room. Please note that you have to do the previous 2 hidden chest puzzles in order for this one to activate. Travel through the portal hub that houses the first hidden chest puzzle to get to number 3.
She's searching for something.
For this one, you might find it useful to kill all the adds in the room first before proceeding to the puzzle. They'll spawn a couple times, but shouldn't after you beat the small waves. For this puzzle room, you'll need to take the blue access modules and place them around the arena. You'll notice that there are 5 unactivated portals, and directly above them, a red lock. And above them, one of the purple fruits from the episodic activities. The goal for this room is to destroy all the purple fruits and get the chest. When you place an access module next to a portal, you aren't going to the room directly above the portal. You'll notice a line will draw from above your portal to another adjacent portal, and that is where you will go when you cross into the portal and destroy that fruit. Once you've destroyed the fruit, timers will appear in the rooms next to the one you just destroyed. If one of those fruits hits 0 on their timer, the puzzle will reset, so get to moving. If you see a blocked shield around a fruit, do not waste time going through the portal to get to it until after the shield drops and a timer appears above it. What I found useful in this room was taking one access node and leaving it planted, while taking the other to hunt and peck around the room. Doing this, I was able to destroy all the fruits and receive the final hidden chest. I could also see numbering the portals from 1 through 5, from left to right, very helpful in this encounter as well. Now that we've grabbed the final hidden chest, we will exit from the recessed portal we arrived in
And Dwayne,
and proceed to the final encounter.
I suspect you're sitting there swearing in a corner like mine is. Talk to him. We can't give in to this.
Now it's time for the final boss room. Quick disclaimer, this one can be tricky as the game can lock the boss and keep you from doing damage to it, so just bear that in mind. If the boss locks during damage for you, you'll need to restart this fight. First things first, we're going to kill the independent variable Minotaur to get a connection module and place that module in the bowl on this platform. This will create a floor with a Vex construct that needs to be activated. Once we activate, this will spawn a Cyclops on either the right or the left-hand side. This denotes which side an activation plate will spawn in on. Kill the Cyclops and take the connection node to the nearest floating island in the direction of the Cyclops you just defeated. Plant it there. This will spawn a new floor with an activation plate in red. Stand there and defeat waves of incoming Vex. Once the plate is complete, a pyramid-shaped node will appear on the boss's sphere at the far end of the room. Shoot it to begin a damage phase. After you do damage to the boss PARODOS Coral Mind, the room will bisect with death walls, and you'll need to travel between them. At this point, you'll have blue access modules drop from the independent variable Minotaurs that spawn in. As far as I can tell, the Minotaurs will drop you the module you'll need, and there isn't really any strategy necessary to figure out which Minotaur will drop what. Just slay out and the architect should provide. You're going to rinse and repeat these steps I just told you until you do enough damage to have the boss spawn on the plate you originated the encounter at. Next, we're going to jump through the portal, shoot the pyramid nodes. That starts the final damage phase against PARODOS. Once PARODOS has been defeated, the chest should appear in the middle of the room, where you'll receive Choir of One, as well as a radiolite sample extractor for extra goodies. Thanks so much for listening. I hope this guide was helpful. Remember to like and subscribe, and as always, I hope you find what you're grinding for.
Taking control